Imagine waking up one morning in complete silence. No friends, no voices, no laughter, no human touch. Just you, alone. At first it feels peaceful, no drama, no expectations. But as the hours turn to days and the days to weeks, something inside begins to shift. Because humans were never built for isolation. We were built for connection. And when that connection disappears, the brain begins to change in ways most people never realize. Psychology calls humans social animals. From birth, our survival depends on others, on being seen, touched, and heard. Every conversation, every smile, every hug triggers the release of chemicals like oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, the brain's natural happiness network. But when you cut off all social contact, the brain doesn't just get bored. It begins to panic. Without regular interaction, your body starts releasing more cortisol, the stress hormone. You might feel restless, anxious, or emotionally numb. The world becomes quieter, but your mind becomes louder. Even short periods of isolation can reduce focus, distort perception, and make time feel slower. It's as if your brain loses its mirror, because we understand who we are only by reflecting off others. In studies of solitary confinement, researchers found that prolonged isolation doesn't just affect emotions. It physically changes the brain. MRI scans show a shrinkage in the hippocampus, the part responsible for learning and memory, and overactivity in the amygdala, the center of fear and anxiety. This is why isolated individuals often report paranoia, sadness, or a sense that reality is fading. Without human contact, the brain loses its social rhythm, the constant feedback of "you exist, you matter." Even introverts who prefer solitude still need connection in small, meaningful doses. Complete social deprivation breaks something fundamental, the brain's ability to regulate emotion. Over time, you stop craving company and start fearing it. That's the paradox of isolation. The longer you stay alone, the harder it becomes to return. But not all solitude is destructive. There's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Controlled solitude, like meditation, creativity, or reflection, strengthens self-awareness and emotional clarity. It's a healthy kind of quiet that resets the nervous system. However, forced isolation, when you feel unseen or disconnected, triggers psychological pain similar to physical pain. The same brain regions activate as if you were injured. That's how deeply we are wired for belonging. In extreme cases, isolation can even cause hallucinations. The brain starts creating its own reality to fill the silence, because it would rather invent company than exist in complete emptiness. The truth is, the human brain doesn't thrive in silence. It thrives in connection. We are not machines meant to operate alone. We are networks meant to synchronize. Even a single message, a shared smile, or a small act of care can rewire a lonely brain back to balance. So if you ever feel disconnected, reach out. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Your brain doesn't just want company, it needs it to stay alive, alert, and compassionate. Because in the end, isolation changes your brain, but connection heals it.